It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Welcome, NBA fans. Ernie Johnson here with you again, and we've got Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, and we're all amped up for this early season game. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Detroit Pistons. And guys, for the Pistons, they've built up quite a head of steam here early in the season. Tonight, we'll see if they can maintain the success they've had leading into this game, because they've been a scary opponent for any team they've gone up against so far. And some of the best guards in the league facing off tonight, different skill sets, different styles. Kenny, if you had to build a guard from scratch, what are some of the characteristics you'd look for?
Oh, no question. I'd take the shooting touch of Steph Curry. I'd take the...
He makes it look
effortless. I'd take the toughness of Russell Westbrook. I'd take the basketball savvy of Chris Paul. And I'd throw
You take the defense of...
I'll take the defense of Tony Allen and throw it all together. You wouldn't put that together, Shaq? That's making you tired and sleepy? Wake up!
Is this boring you?
I would want toughness. You have to be able to switch on to certain players, the bigger players, and I would like the leadership.
And give me the size of Michael Carter-Williams at the point.
The size of Michael Carter. How about the size of Magic Johnson?
No, that's a little bit too big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because later on it's good.
Huh?
Wake up, man.
What happened?
Leadership.
Oh, sorry.
And I'll take the ability not to go to sleep like Shaq.
Well, if you answer the question.
We are live from the Motor City. Welcome to Detroit and an Eastern Conference contest for the Pistons. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Look at Indiana. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
And that's what makes it fun. You love seeing these two teams go head-to-head. They're going all out.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, Stan Van Gundy has coached the likes of Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dwight Howard. But he said, as a rebounder, Andre Drummond is as good as anybody, if not the best that I've ever been around. He just goes out and gets the ball. Drummond said it's just a will. The will to get the ball most people won't jump for. I just put myself out there. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And Drummond is just a hulk of a man. He's really the backbone of this team. And a good-looking matchup in the backcourt tonight. Doris, you were somewhat of a pure point guard yourself in college basketball. Do you feel there's a lot less separation these days between the point guard and the off guard?
Well, we've talked about this on any number of occasions, Kevin, the positionless basketball that we seem to be trending toward. And certainly the one-guard position in this day and age needs to be a scoring position. I think you've got to be a threat regardless of the position you play. So I would say, yes, it's accurate to a certain degree.
That means a lot coming from a person that played so well. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young is out there at Bogdanovich. And it's Sabonis in at the 5, home in the paint. And here are the Pacers now. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, you hate losing a game that you control for 3 quarters, but that fourth was just really an abomination in terms of how they played, and unfortunately, they took it out.
A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
Well, AB has become a real weapon in the pick and roll. This is a quick, confident player who moves well in these sets.
And really an interesting move by the Pistons, in effect shedding 2 starters in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Marcus Morris for 1 in Avery Bradley.
Stan Van Gundy clearly valued Bradley's leadership and playoff experience. And Avery Bradley, an unrestricted free agent after this season. The Pistons have made it clear they're willing to pay the luxury tax to retain his services.
Indiana shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Two shots.
And that one misses.
Well, you look at the Pacers, one of the better teams in field goal percentage last season, but their overall offensive efficiency lagged behind. The problem? Not enough threes and not enough free throws. And those extra points make a difference.
And he sinks the second. Now the Pacers last season, Doris, top 5 in both free throw percentage and three-point percentage. Is the solution simply to get more of those shots?
Well, it certainly couldn't hurt if those are areas of strength, but you wouldn't mind seeing some drive and kick, attack the paint, and create those open three-point looks.
It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Bradley's got 5.
I'll tell you, Avery Bradley showing great confidence in that three-point ability. And the defense has now got to keep him legit.
Bogdanovich, no luck.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
On the wing, Jackson. Shot clock at 5. The teardrop falls in.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Pistons lead by 4. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
And it's the Pacers' ball. 4-point game.
And when you look at what the Pistons have done, pretty clear this is a team that has a vision of who they want to be. Strong defensively, really good at rebounding the basketball, and I think deliberate and patient on the offensive side of the floor.
And so in the game for the Pacers, we've got Al Jefferson, and Stevenson is out there with Leaf. Then it's Corey Joseph, and it's Oladipo in at the 2-guard spot. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Marjanovic. Foul on the play, basket count, so it'll be a 3-point play chance. And with the Pistons, this has been the identity the team has been aiming for under Stan Van Gundy. It's taken shape, but has yet, Greg, to produce big results.
I think it's because they've just always been 1 or 2 pieces short of making that next jump. I think the conference has gotten stronger, and while their best players are really good, I don't think they're quite at that elite level yet to allow this group to take that next step.
Pacers trail by 5. Oladipo outside. Here's Stevenson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
Galloway kicks to Smith. Marjanovic passes to Galloway. Back to Marjanovic. On the wing, Harris. Over Stevenson. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Pass to Stevenson. from outside off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Harris. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Pistons have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. That's good from Harris. And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Marjanovic. Tolliver comes in for Lure. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Ish Smith. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Jefferson. Young comes in for Leaf. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Collison in for Corey Joseph. And so he makes both from the line.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
Here's Bogdanovich, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
And Kev, Bogdanovich has got great size for a guard, which makes defending him very difficult, particularly at that high release point.
First trip to the line for him here.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
There's a lot to like about Bogdanovich's game. He's a skilled scorer, he's a capable defender, and I think there's some leadership qualities there.
He's perfect from the line this time. 16 seconds left here in the second. Now Bradley. His last outing, he had 24 points. Right side Jackson. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Jackson's got the lead up to 7 now for Detroit.
Well, Kev, that's the court vision of Avery Bradley. Remarkable how he finds these wide open teammates on a consistent basis.
And so it's Detroit, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Stan Van Gundy. Coach, a very good first half for you guys. How do you assess the game so far?
I thought our energy was good, our ball movement was good, and it always looks good if the ball goes in and guys are making shots.
That's the name of the game, right, Coach? Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. Looking at the Pistons, taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Well, they need to generate more points in the paint. The defense knew all along that they were going to shoot that jump shot every time down the court. There was no diversity in their offense. No one was able to figure out different things that they were doing. Very predictable offense, and I think that was the difference.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
We get set to return to the action now as a barge heads down the Detroit River toward Lake Erie. And now the third quarter about to get going. Without question, Avery Bradley displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and night after night, man, it just becomes common to watch him rip through teams, and that's exactly what we saw there in the first half.
You know, Greg, I think the thing you admire is the incredible level of consistency. This guy is a fantastic player, but he also puts in a ton of energy. Absolutely tremendous.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Doris, so much offense is perimeter generated right now. What, if anything, could get us back to running more plays, say, through the post?
Do you think we could reinvent Hakeem Olajuwon or perhaps Patrick Ewing or
I
Bill
wish we
Russell?
could. I wish we could.
Because I know this.
Good point.
Every time I walk by a pickup game on the outside, you see guys sprinting to the three-point line and looking to be Steph Curry.
I know. Bradley and Johnson fill out the perimeter. Inside, it's Harris and Drummond. And it's Jackson in at the 1. That's the group's. Oh, wow.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment.
Well, solid recognition, Kevin, from the Croatian. Bogdanovic working well off the screen.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Harris kicks to Drummond. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range, Detroit with a fresh 24. It's tipped. Harris against Young. And it's Bogdanovic in the corner. Young, a screen on Harris. Here's Bogdanovic. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense from Harris. Johnson dishes to Jackson. Drummond, a screen. Out to Harris. Fires for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Harris has got 5 points now this quarter.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless. Love how Oladipo has a sense for when to go up for the alley-oop. What a sensational sense of timing.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's Detroit up 8. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
Just relax and play the game. Relax and play the game. Relax and play the game.
In case they forgot that, of course, from very invigorating words from Stan Van Gundy, repeating what he'd like to see more of them right now.
Yeah, and I think Coach feels they're getting too caught up in things that don't matter. Resetting their mindsets here. Let's see if it helps.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Pacers. Corey Joseph is out there with Collison. Then there's Al Jefferson. Then it's Lance Stevenson, and it's Leaf in a power forward.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
They set the pick. Lure sets the pick for Smith. And Jefferson sends it back.
I love to see a little nasty from Al Jefferson on the defensive end. Uses his length well right there.
1:09 left to play here in the fourth. Smith with it. He kicks it to Tolliver. In the corner, it's Galloway. Smith outside. Lure a screen on Stevenson. Shot clock at 3. And Jefferson sends it back. And a fast break now for the Pacers. A pull-up. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Stevenson. 40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for John Lure. Tobias Harris comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Johnson, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Ish Smith. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Jefferson. Young comes in for Leaf. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Oladipo in for Corey Joseph. The Pistons working the ball around now. And an intentional foul right there.
Two shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Well, Kevin, how about the remarkable improvement of Avery Bradley over time? Once strictly a dominant defender, this guy can make threes. He can drive the lane. There isn't an aspect of the game where he hasn't grown.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And I'm not sure the two-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Unless it's an and one, a two-pointer makes no sense. Unfortunately for them, the defense knows this too.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Avery Bradley.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
And whatever play they run has to be quick.
No time to waste. They have to score fast and then foul quickly.
On its way from Oladipo for 2. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they miss, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 8. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And obviously, look, they want to finish the game strong, but right now, look at the frustration on their faces.
It's very evident, Greg. You can tell they're upset. They've got to calm down and simply play this one possession at a time.
And the Pacers with possession here. Trailing here by 8. There's the pick. Stevenson kicks to Bogdanovich. Connects from downtown.
And how about the confidence Bogdanovich displayed there? This guy's a clutch shooter who loves being the man when the spotlight's on.
And so it's Detroit with the W. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.